All right, guys, it's nice to know that you have made that first decision of starting your own dropshipping business. One thing is to hear of a video and see how enticing it is. The second thing is to take actions. But there's something I need to tell you. This is not a get-rich Ponzi scheme. This is never going to be that, okay? You will not make that 100,000, 200,000, how much? 200 million, etc. in one day. And if you do not put in the work, it will still not work for you. It only worked for me because I put in the work. When I mean the work, the time. It requires you to have time for your business. Yeah, I know that now that technology has taken over everything, you can just go to bed, your store is on. It's true. That one is true. But when I'm talking about time, I'm talking about you finding selective products that are going to move sales for you. This selective product I'm talking about is not just go to your third-party manufacturer, pick anything you want to pick, anything pickable, and then push it out there. You say, hey, you know what, I'm done. I'm supposed to make sales. No. You need to have a niche first. You need to have what? A niche. A niche is like I went into fashion, although I'm beginning to do some extra other things too like that. But I already know I have a niche, which is fashion, and I'm focused on that. I'm not going to, for some reason, maybe because I've seen someone doing electronics and that person is having high sales at the moment, I have to just, run down and then start selling electronics immediately. My store is known for fashion. Everything, my banner, my design is known for fashion. But because I'm seeing people doing something at the moment, I just have to rush in and start doing it, because no, that's not how to run business here. So if you're willing to get into dropshipping and you want it to pay you over time, you want to make good money out of it, then you have to give it that time. That time of finding a winning product, that time of following up with your customer. You don't want them to place an order and you let the order stay for more than 8 to 10 days before you know, oh, I had an order, then they must have placed a refund or something. All those kind of distractions, you won't need them. And I'm telling you, it was some kind of side hustle for me. I started from Amazon. It was some kind of side hustle for me until I decided to turn it to a real-time hustle. It gives me the freedom. I have my laptop now. Then I didn't have a laptop. I didn't even have an iPhone. You understand? So I'm just giving you a mind up. So if you are not ready to give in time for your own dropshipping business, don't get into it. You're just going to waste your time. Don't get into it. But if you're sure that this is what you really want to turn, to change the entire game for you, like you want this thing to be a game changer for you, you want to make good money from dropshipping, this will require your time, your effort, and your business thinking faculty. I know some people will come back to me and say, pick a niche for me. Please don't do those things. Every niche, when they come to me, if you come to me now after watching this, I will still tell it to you, every niche sells. What you need is a winning product. Tell me, is it because I'm selling fashion? Does it mean that electronics have stopped selling? No, it doesn't mean so. Electronics will always sell. Home appliances will always sell. I'm driving, so please understand. Home appliances will always sell. Any other thing will sell. Every other thing will sell. But the major thing is that I choose fashion, and I know that inside that fashion, there are many things in that fashion that if I choose to sell, I will be finding it difficult to sell. So as such, I have to push those things away and then start looking for winning product, which I want. Factors of me knowing a winning product is products that are very cheap. If I show you a shoe, if there are two shoes, and then you see that these two shoes from your cross-examination, you're sure that these two shoes are exactly the same, and one of them is selling for $5 and the other one is selling for $2, which one would you buy? I mean, you have cross-examined them and they are the same, right? And one of them is selling for $2 and one of them is selling for $5. Which one would you buy? You go for $2. I know what I'm telling you. You go for $2. I'm 100% sure of what I'm telling you. So please, that is a factor. Secondly, dropshipping will require you to have an online store. It will require you to have an online store. If you do not have an online store, there is no way you can dropship. What is an online store? I think I'll pull over here. Let me pull over and explain this thing for you to understand better. This is not something I should explain in a hurry. Now, I'm packed now. So, an online store is a place you house your product. Let's assume you've heard of people doing dropshipping on Amazon. You're wondering, what is Amazon? How do they do this? This is completely for newbie. If you're a newbie, if you skip this, you're on your own. You need this more than any other thing. Now, an online store is a place whereby you house your product. When you house your product, then people can come in there and buy from you. Just like you go down now and open an offline store, and people come walk past and then step in and then see what you have. If they like it, they buy. If they don't like it, they can walk out. They are not mandated to buy, but yes, there was a place for them to step in. That's the same thing with online store. That's why you go to Amazon and you start seeing different products. Those products are owned by different vendors because they own an online store there. So you need an online store. This is very, very mandatory. You cannot escape it. So before you get yourself committed, listen, before you get yourself committed to joining my private group, bear in mind you will have an online store. An online store is not free. You have to pay to have an online store. The information are on the open domain. You can go and find out and verify for yourself. Amazon charges, I think I'll start driving again. This environment is not very nice. I needed to explain that online stuff for you. Amazon have a store that you can pay for as low as I think $40 at the moment. $40. And Shopify has a store you can pay for $32 now. It used to be $22.99, but the entire thing has changed. So now it's for $30 you can have $32, you have a Shopify store. And there is a store which I introduced to you guys on my video, which is what I'm using. It's not very established like Amazon and Shopify. They don't have that big name, but yes, they are good. And I know that in a very short while their store price will skyrocket because of, I think maybe why it's cheap is because they are trying to get more people to use the platform. And yes, as a starter, I think you need a place that you can start with as low budget you can have. I don't know you, maybe you're rich, yeah, but all fingers are not equal. So that's why I had to introduce this. And mind you, even when I introduced this, I had so many people that came in and said, I want to use Shopify. Why not? It's very okay. People came in and said, I want to use Amazon. Why not? The truth is, Shopify, Amazon does not guarantee your sales. What guarantees your sales is you. If you like, go to Shopify and create stores. Dump any product there. If you don't run your ads, you are not selling anything. Except maybe you have fan base, you have crowd, you have people, like when I mean fans, like a good numbers of followers on TikTok, on Instagram and all of those places here, you might derive sales from there. But for how long? When they see your product and they've known you and they know your brand, and you need new people. So either ways, you will need ads. Another factor, you will need to run ads. But to you now, you are like, oh, okay, I click on the call to action button. I wanted to start this business. Now I've heard this. I don't want to start again now. It's better go home. Go home. The real business-minded people will get along and start it. Because at the end of the day, this is one business that if everybody gets to put their biro into their book and think well, this is the only business that you start with little or nothing. When I mean little or nothing, getting a store is nothing. Because if you put up your expenditure on every week, you realize that you spend even more than that. Then why not use it to invest in a business that will pay you over time? So I've told you Amazon is $40 and Shopify is $32. And that pop-up which I'm using now, they have a store that is as low as, I think, 11,000. Although I don't use those packages, but I know they have a store that is as low as 11,000 naira. 11,000 for a month. But I hardly advise people to go for those type of stores. If you want to buy a store, buy that of yearly. You are a newbie. You are just starting. You will learn this process, and this process learning will take you time. While you're making your first sales, making your second sales, and making your third sales, while you're making your first sales, while you're making your first sales, making your second sales, and making your third sales, you will still be learning until, in fact, it's even better for me. I pray that you have low sales at the beginning, 1, 2, so you can understand the system. If you open your store and you start having like 40 sales, you crash. Because you that don't even understand the system, how then would you explain, fulfilling others, which you need to fulfill others, right? You know that, okay? So, but yeah, I will teach all of these things as well. And that's why I'm here. I'll teach all of those things. And I'll make videos, guides on those things step by step. But I wanted to establish the fact that you will need an online store. So you don't get to engage yourself like you pay for my mentorship and you go and sleep. You're wasting your time. Why not stop paying for that mentorship? I have more than 500 people I'm mentoring. Successful people I'm mentoring. So I don't need more people that will come to my team and sleep. If you sleep, I'll even remove you, because I'm not interested in having this type of mindset of people. I need people that will get in there and get to work immediately. Result is what we want to see. Results. Okay? So please bear in mind you have an online store, and then budget for it. Now, Amazon now does not accept Naira. You people know already now. I don't have to explain this one. Amazon, they don't accept Naira payment. So $40 now is very cheap, because as at then, dollar was very expensive. Now, dollar is about 1,100. So with just about 45,000, if I'm not mistaken, you can have a store on Amazon every month. You pay 47 or 45,000. Now, Shopify, $32 now can be 36,000 or 35. I don't know. I'm not too sure. As at the time you're watching this video, I wouldn't know how dollar will be, but you have to find that out yourself. So anyhow, you might be budgeting to get this thing done for as low as 37,000 per month. But Pop-Up has a store that you can pay just 11,000 per month, and all the functionalities are there. In fact, all the functionalities, everything you need in Amazon and Shopify are there. You can use it if you want to use it, or if you don't want to use any one you want. I think they have a store of about 22,000 Naira for a whole year. I'm just giving you the cheap because of you're a baby now. You're just like a beginner starting. If you look at me and say, mentor, boss, what would you advise me? Which kind of package would you advise me to start? I will be the one to tell you. This one, I'm just giving a random advice, because I know as a newbie, many people don't have money. That's why I'm giving you these tips now, so that you don't say, oh, if I had money. If you had money, you will always say, if I had money, because nobody will agree that they have money. Everybody doesn't have money. You understand? Until trouble comes, which trouble will never come to us in Jesus' name. But just that you should bear in mind that you need to have an online store in either of these platforms. It is only when you have money for this online store is when you can now subscribe for my mentorship, so that upon joining my mentorship, you get yourself a store. We are going. When the old store is set up, and then you're like, okay, fine, what next do I have to do? When I tell, okay, fine, let's start running ads. This ads is not expensive. I started Facebook ads with just 5,000. I hope you guys know you can do Facebook ads for 800 Naira. Yeah. So, but I don't advise those kind of nonsense ads. I budget 5,000 for ads for 2 days. 2 to 5. You understand? And we do what we call sales ads, and it works. I'm not the first person, so don't this thing is not, don't let it sound as if it's strange to you. Many people are doing Facebook ads. In fact, for you to see me now, it was from Facebook ads. So yes, Facebook ads works. Okay, so put that into consideration. And if you're asking me, sir, what is the total amount I need to have to start? I don't know your purse. I'm just telling you that you can get a small store of 11,000 plus. It should be 11,002 or 11 something. And yes, you can pay with Naira. That's only another function from another this thing add-on that I feel is dear to me. You can pay with Naira. I started with Amazon. When they suspended my account, I went to Pop-Up, and since then I've been on Pop-Up. All my sales has been on Pop-Up. That nonsense payment gateway that people will be crying on Shopify, a payment gateway, I can't do payment gateway, I can't do payment gateway, it's suffering most especially Africans. Nonsense. It doesn't happen in Pop-Up. They don't happen. You do, if I tell you, you won't believe. You receive payment with your local bank. Because just bear in mind you have a store. I just wanted to establish that fact so that you know that yes, oh, this business I'm getting into, I just don't need to pay for mentorship and go and sleep. I need to pay for a store, get my store set up. In fact, store set up, you will need things like verification document, like in NIM and something. Those ones are minor, and you need a banner. You are coming into a business, so you should know that you need a banner for your store. It is mandatory. You must have it. So you need to get a graphics designer. Don't go and use Canvas. Hey, I will put this video where nobody can download it. For the people who say I bad-mouthed. If I go and use Canvas, so that it won't look like as if I'm trying to spoil someone's business. But I'm just trying to tell you that as someone who is going into business, please, it is not bad for you to contact a graphics designer to kindly get you a good banner for your store. Let's assume your store is ShopRite. Imagine someone who could design a better ShopRite banner with your niche. Let's assume you're selling fish, which is not even possible. You can't dropship fish. Just imagine that. The person will pick different types of fish from different rivers, put on there and write it there, ShopRite, and design it betterly. And then you upload it on your store. And then do a unique logo for you. Please kindly think of it as a business when you're coming in here. This one is not like put 2,000, get 4,000 naira next tomorrow. No, this is a business model that you will build that will pay you over time. I did start dropshipping. It will not end with me. I'm just giving you this information because it is helping thousands of people out there. And if you want to succeed real time and